XAI just unleashed Grock 4 Fast, a model that cuts cost by 98% while keeping top-tier brain power. Meta's new glasses put a display in your eye. YouTube dropped a wave of AI creator tools, and DeepSeek rolled out a safe variant tuned to stay inside strict boundaries. Big updates all around. So, let's talk about it. Alright, so XAI just rolled out Grock 4 Fast, a new version of its model that aims for top-tier thinking at a much lower cost. The idea is simple. You get quality close to Grock 4, while the model uses far fewer thinking steps, which lowers the bill and speeds things up. Across well-known tests, Grock 4 Fast lands very close to the big flagship, while using around 40% fewer reasoning tokens on average. An independent ranking from Artificial Analysis rates its value extremely high, saying that performance for pace ratio sits ahead of models like GPT-4, 1, Gemini 2, 5, and Claude 4 with extended thinking. The headline takeaway is a claimed 98% drop in cost to reach the same benchmark results as Grock 4. A massive swing for anyone mindful of AI builds. On the numbers fans care about, Grock 4 Fast posts strong results in reasoning and math contests. Very close to Grock 4 on most and ahead on a few. While coding tests still look solid, the more interesting part sits in how it uses tools. Grock 4 Fast learned when to run code, when to browse the web, and how to jump between links like an assistant with a sense of direction. It can read posts, images, and even videos on X, then stitch everything together into a clear answer. During a live trace, it hunted down the exact total experience points to hit level 100 in Path of Exile 2 and settled on 4,250,334,444 after cross-checking sources and confirming the level cap. That is the kind of autonomous search behavior most people expect when they hear AI agent. And it now shows up as a default skill rather than a lab demo. Day to day, the model tries to feel versatile. It can fire off quick replies for simple questions, and then switch into deep reasoning for complex ones without swapping to a different model. One brain, two modes. That design means lower lag and fewer wasted tokens. It also remembers a lot. A context window of 2 million tokens means very long chats and hefty documents stay in play, which helps with research, legal reviews, game design docs, and enterprise workflows that stretch across many files. Getting access is straightforward. Grock 4 Fast is live on Grock.com and inside the iOS and Android apps, and developers can call it through the XAI API as two versions, a reasoning flavor and a non-reasoning flavor, both with the same giant memory window. Icing uses the usual per million tokens meter. Inputs at 20 cents per million and outputs at 50 cents per million. Below 120,000 tokens with a cache rate of 5 cents per million. Above that, input and output rates step up to 40 cents and $1. Live search in the API bills per 1,000 sources. For a limited time, it is also free to try on OpenRouter and through Versal AI Gateway, which makes kicking the tires painless. Overall, Grock 4 Fast focuses on value, strong reasoning, aggressive pricing, native web and X search, and a single model that shifts between quick answers and long chains of thought. That mix fits both regular users who want fast, accurate help and teams that watch every dollar on large-scale workloads. Now, hardware. Meta's Ray-B band display smart glasses are finally official in the United States, landing on Monday, September 30th at $800. And they come bundled with the new Meta Neuraland wristband. This is Meta's first pair with a real heads-up display, visible only to your right eye, while the wristband reads tiny muscle signals in your hand. So, a simple pinch becomes a click. A thumb swipe turns into scroll, and a pinch and twist works like a volume or zoom knob, because there's a display and a bigger battery inside. The frame is thicker than regular Ray-B bands and heavier too, roughly 69 gram versus about 52 for the camera-only Ray-B band Meta glasses, and around 45 for a normal frame. The HUD itself leaks only about 2% of its light, so people around you usually can't tell it's on. What they will clock is the chunkier rims and temples that give away the tech inside. Short sessions feel fine on the face, though you do notice the extra weight. The HUD is monocular and fairly compact. A translucent 600 by 600 pixel window in your right eye sitting a bit below and right of center, covering roughly 20 degrees of view. The software feels like a smartwatch floating in space. There's a home screen with basics like time, notifications, and quick access to apps. You drive all of it with the neural band's gestures. Thumb to index, pinch to click. Pinch and twist for volume or zoom. Thumb swipes along your index finger to scroll, and a thumb to middle finger double pinch to toggle the display. The neat part is you don't need to hold your hand up. You can keep your arm relaxed at your side or in a pocket, and you still get crisp haptic feedback when a gesture lands. The wristband is the star. Gesture detection felt rock solid, while the glasses are where the rough edges show. The interface can lag, and even Meta's own demo had moments of stutter. Meta confirmed these glasses use Qualcomm's first-gen Snapdragon AR1 chip, the same family as the 2023 models, not the newer AR1 Plus, which explains the slowdowns. A December firmware update is slated to add finger-raised text entry, literally drawing letters on your leg, which early hands-on say works surprisingly well. One big caveat remains. Monocular HUDs can cause eye strain over longer use because one eye sees an overlay and the other doesn't. For quick peeks at notifications or a map, they're great. For watching videos or long calls, not so much. A binocular version with eye tracking would be heavier and pricier. Think something like $85G and north of $1,200 if built today. But that combo would unlock look and pinch selection and cut most of the current UI friction. Pair the neural band with a faster chip, binocular optics, and eye tracking, and this line goes from interesting to daily driver fast. On the platform side, YouTube's made on YouTube announcements, loaded creators with workflow upgrades, studios getting an inspiration tab to spark content ideas, built-in title A/B testing so you can validate headlines without juggling manual experiments, and auto-dubbing with lip-synced dubs. The likeness detection feature moved into open beta after a limited rollout last year. It scans for videos using your facial likeness so you can detect, manage, and flag for removal unauthorized uses. There's an AI-powered Ask Studio that answers channel questions right inside Studio. Collaboration steps up too. Up to 5 creators can collaborate on one video and publish it to all of their audiences at once, which makes multi-channel anal drops a lot smoother. YouTube Live gets more dynamic. Creators can run mini-games to keep viewers engaged during slower moments, and rely on AI-powered highlights that automatically pick moments from a live stream and cut them into shareable shorts. And rely on AI-powered highlights that automatically pick moments from a live stream and cut them into shareable shorts. Ads evolve as well with a new side-by-side format that sits next to the content rather than interrupting it. Basically a split-screen companion panel. Shorts creators get Google's Videog models in a targeted way. A custom version of V3 called V3 Fast arrives inside Shorts to apply motion from a video to an image, restyle footage, and insert objects using text prompts. There's also Edit with AI and a new remixing tool. Music creation folds in too. You can transform dialogue from eligible videos into soundtracks using Google's LIA2 music model. YouTube Music adds a countdown timer for upcoming releases and tools for thank you videos to fans. Plus, a US pilot for exclusive merch drops tied into artist pages. Podcasters see AI-assisted clip suggestions to speed up shorts for discovery. And a feature next year will convert audio-only podcasts into video podcasts automatically, which removes a ton of friction for channels that want a presence on both sides. For monetization, YouTube is tightening the shopping loop, auto timestamps for product tags, auto-tagging eligible items mentioned in videos, and a brand link feature in Shorts. The system uses AI to detect the optimal moment a product is mentioned and places the tag right then. Long-form creators can now swap brand sponsorships after publishing, and YouTube's Partnerships Hub will proactively suggest creators to brands, which makes deal flow more programmatic. Now to the geopolitical layer, shaping how models behave. China's DeepSeek R1 got a new variant called DeepSeek R1 Safe, retrained not by DeepSeek itself, rather by Huawei with Zhejiang University. They used 1000 Ascend AI chips to fine-tune the open-source model for compliance with Chinese speech rules. The claim is a near 100% success rate for avoiding politically sensitive topics in ordinary interactions with only about a 1% loss in speed and capability. Under role-playing and indirect prompt attacks, that success rate drops to around 40%, which lines up with how alignment stress tests usually behave. This is very much aligned with Beijing's requirement that public F-facing AI adhere to national values and boundaries. BU's RDN already blocks questions about internal politics or the ruling party, and this new safe branch pushes DeepSeek down the same lane. This isn't isolated to China. Saudi Arabia's Humane released an Arabic native chatbot that aims to embody Islamic culture, values, and heritage on top of language fluency. OpenAI has publicly acknowledged ChatGPT is skewed toward Western views, which kicked off repeated debates about neutrality versus cultural centering. In the US, the federal line now runs through the America's AI Action Plan under the current administration. Any AI interacting with government agencies must be neutral and unbiased, and an executive order defines neutrality in explicitly political terms, requiring models to reject radical climate dogma, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and frameworks such as critical race theory, transgenderism, unconscious bias, intersectionality, and systemic racism. So, the common thread is straightforward. Countries want powerful models that also stay inside local cultural and political guardrails, and they're moving quickly from policy memos to model forks and procurement rules. All right, that's the drop for today. AI is getting cheaper and glasses are getting smarter. What's the next leap you're waiting for? Comment below, subscribe, and like the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.